Our low budget mage deck only costs 1520 Arcane Dust to make. That does not include the common cards, and it's a perfect deck for getting you through to at least rank 10. Look, this deck is extremely aggressive, and you should have no problem putting any opponent under immense pressure in the early to mid game, while powerful finishes will help you win games even if the board gets out of control later on. Your starting hand will define your early game, and you should always attempt to mulligan away any mid to late game cards. The early game is extremely important when playing an aggressive mage, and your choices during this stage of the match will have a major impact on your late game. Your minions should put as much pressure on your opponent as possible, and you should engage in minion trading only if you are given the opportunity to create card advantage. You should not attempt to save your spells for later stages of the match, but rather use them as minion removal to clear the path for your minions. Once you pass the early to mid game, you should consider saving your damage spells so you can use them to finish your opponent off. Well, believe it or not, I love this starting hand. I can lead out with a leper gnome, 2 fireballs in hand. I know I'm going to draw into goodness. Let's see what happens. Any damage that leper gnome can do is just bonus. Of course, we always aim to do 10 points of damage to our opponent by turn 5. It's a little bit low, it's a very conservative estimate, but it gives us something to shoot for. Okay. I really hate those creatures, so I'm going to take it out.
Hey, give me that.
Happy to draw a card. Okay, it's a strong play, but we managed to do 5 damage to him.
Mind if I roll me?
So if he wants to keep doing that, I don't mind at all. So the reason I cast the fireball is because 8 damage in one turn is just too tempting. It's turn 5. I've actually done a lot more than 10 damage, which is my aim. Fen Creeper could be problematic. Let's see what we draw. So I'm fully expecting him to focus on my creatures, which leaves the spells that I have in hand to be thrown at his face. At the moment I have, what's that, 9, with the mage power is 10, and I could draw into any number of damage cards. So that's interesting. I don't know why you attack my mana worm. given the creatures that he's got out there. It just did a bonus damage to him. I'm really sceptical as to whether or not he can do 27 points of damage in one turn and kill me. Given that he's frozen, I'd say no. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I've pretty much got this. Worst case scenario for me, he could put a shield up, which prevents my mage power from being so effective.
Cleanse the Sunwell.
And he lets me draw a card. That's just silly. He had no reason to kill the Loot Hoarder, because I would have had to attack his taunt creature. Well, let's roll the dice. And that's how we beat a warrior.